Hello everybody all over the world. Welcome to the Atomizer episode where, memes in the thumbnails and memes in the videos. There's also quite a bit of different opinions on whether the Winger or the Atomizer is better. So we'll look into that, and I was of the impression that the Winger was actually better than the Atomizer. But then I did some testing and I did some thinking and I did some reading in the Discord, and some people had some very valid points that I didn't think about. So Atomizer is not better than the Winger, and the Winger is not better than the Atomizer, because they're balanced sort of now, which is weird. The Atomizer is in a really strange state. So let me just show you something real quick, and that is the difference in height when you jump. So this is a demo, so I'm just going to show you. This is basic jump. If you jump on the ledge and do another jump, we land here. And then if we go to the exact same spot again and we jump, and let's use the Winger this time, using the two jumps, we end up here. Slightly further, but we gain a lot more height. But we ended up going just a bit further than the regular jump. So if we then use the Atomizer, we can see that we don't get as much height, but we get further horizontally, not vertically. I've learned the difference now. So then we end up here. You can see even further than we did with just the Winger. But if we do like a combination of use the first jump with the Winger and then the second with the Atomizer, we end up slightly further. And if you are feeling very adventurous and you want to go all the way, you equip the Busted Basher and you just fucking wail at yourself and you just keep jumping, and then you end up here with a whopping 2 health. Great. So here's a little demonstration of how the Atomizer works now. So you get an additional jump, and you also hit people for 35. Or, I mean, you mini-crit them for 40. Regular bat does 35 damage. So if we're gonna look at some damage numbers here, just real quick, in order to kill someone that has 125 health, you need, wait, I can just bring this up on the screen, can't I? Let's see. All right, let's pause this for a second. Let's see if I can bring up, there we go. You guys see this? Alright, so with the bat, you need 4 hits to kill 125 HP class, and also you can taunt with it, which is cool. You can see here are some stats, but basically it's like if you want to kill a heavy, you need like 6 crits with, or mini crits with this thing, because it mini crits while you are jumping. And yeah, here, so you can just pause the video and look at this later if you want the details. But it actually doesn't matter that much. The only big difference is, of course, if you look at the Atomizer stats, is of course the insane deploy time, which makes it a lot slower than the bat. But usually when you do the jump, you have to prepare with this thing and have it out and have it ready. So when you hit, it's kind of like, it's surprisingly close to the bat, because it only does 15% less damage, and like you see in the amount of hits, it's only like 1 hit less, or 1 hit more, or the same depending on how many you get. So you shouldn't really go for trying to get as many mini crits as possible when you hit this thing. Like 1 or 2 should be enough, and then you can just whack them on the ground still, because jumping can fuck you over, and we'll see how that happens today. So the Atomizer, of course, has been changed quite a bit since we last looked at it, when it was in a state of absolute being broken, because all you had to do was equip it in order to get the speed boost. I mean the additional jump, and you can just switch back without fully deploying the weapon. And then they patched that like a couple of days after, if not the day after we did this thing with the previous episode, so completely rendering it useless. So now it requires a lot more planning, which a lot of people might find jarring, because compared to like the Winger, you don't have to deploy it fully for it to take effect. You just need to press 2, and then you can jump higher, and it shoots. So this is none other than our friend Dave. He's been using it on Harvest here to do some jumps. So there will be a bit of a variety of demos today as well. Some demos will be of just different jumps you can do on the map, and others will be of gameplay like this. So he's currently just used it once to get on top of a roof here that he might normally not get to. So that's also an interesting thing that this opens up to, is like different paths you can jump. Like jump up here, yeah, I probably could have done it with 2 jumps, but then he goes over here. And it offers you a lot more mobility, and you can also dodge a lot. However, keep in mind, if you do want to be as effective as possible and deploy the Atomizer at the latest possible time to get the maximum out of your jumps, you need to switch to the Atomizer just right after you do your first jump. Not double jump, like as soon as you hit space for the first time, you just need to hit that 3 button or whatever button you have for the melee and switch to that, and he should not have survived that. And then he survives like a fraction of a second longer, and then he dies. But some basic usage, we didn't see any too big changes in how he plays Scout, or like wasn't really disruptive, so far it was enhancing his play for the most part. So yeah, timing is very important, planning, and if you use it like the old Atomizer or the Winger, you're gonna have a bad time. So this is Amadeus. He's also gonna be showing us later just some basic jumps, but he's gonna show us some interesting jumps here that you can do with the Atomizer. And keep in mind, I tested I didn't test all of them, but I tested a lot, and every single one of these jumps I tested, you are able to do with the Winger. Because the Winger offers height, and it's almost just as fast. You can make this with a double jump regularly, by the way, if you go slightly further up the hill. But this jump you're not able to make with the regular jump, but you are able to make it with the Winger. So that's a nice little shortcut you can take there, save some time, get really a lot faster. So here we have Amadeus just killing some guys, Demo Man. And there we go. So you should also be very careful, just because in mini crits, you shouldn't really go for melee kills unless you're like out of ammo or of everything. Side there, and keep in mind, if you use the crouch jump script while jumping, you might bind another key to another jump key to maximize, so you have the crouch jump on the very last jump. So now we will go on to the first showcase. It's going to be on the map Badwater, and it's just going to be Amadeus showing us a couple of jumps that he can make here that you normally wouldn't be able to do without the regular without the Atomizer. So one of the jumps is this jump right here, jumping up this ledge. You can do this with the Winger too, because keep in mind, the Winger does offer more height. It offers just less distance, but the distance is pretty minimal, so pretty much all of the jumps like this one you can do with the Winger, I think. I was able to do it. And this one you can do with the Winger as well. And then you can go through here, also possible with the Winger. But also with the Atomizer, because keep in mind, if you want to use something else than the Winger, like Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, Mad Milk, Criticola, Bonk, whatever, an interesting combination is, of course, Bonk with the Atomizer, because that allows you to be bulletproof and do the extra additional jump. And then on the way back on the defending side, you can also make a little jump up here and jump up here, saving a lot of time, also possible with the Winger. And then you can go like here, and this little jump here, like the opposite end of the ledge, and then you can do something really cheeky and really sneaky if you want to be like a sneaky breaky guy. So you can jump all the way up here, and then pretty good, cool. So that's a nice little showcase showing you what you can do. And speaking of showcases, let's just go on and look at another one, which is going to be Upward. So it's not going to be on all of the maps, but it's basically the most popular ones. So of course, Upward and Badwater are we got the most for. So there we go, a little jump. Can also make that with the Winger. All of these jumps you can make with the Winger, by the way. As far as I know, you can just jump up here. And then you can do like this little jump here if you want to go up there and not use the ledge. Offers you some more mobility. You can jump up here. This is probably the most useful one on this map, like you jumping up here as well. And then you can do some sort of tricks here as well. You can also jump up. Let's see if I don't remember he does this in the. Yeah, so you can jump up here. Yeah, it doesn't actually show it, but let's see if I go. Yeah. On the last there, you're actually able to get up on the top platform from the bottom platform as well. So you can try that yourself. You can see, like, you can do, oh, that's a nice little hiding spot as well. And this is probably the most important thing for defending Scout with the Atomizer, is these kind of jumps right here. Very useful, especially this one. This one is very useful, and actually we're going to see that in the next demo, which is going to be Rare, of all people, is actually going to show us how he uses this weapon and actually gets there in combat. So keep in mind, it's just a try. So here he is on defense, Scout defense. If you play Scout on defense and some guys are like, why are you playing Scout on defense? And you just answer, because I'm good and shut. go. We have Rare here going to the side, actually using this quite nicely. Opting to not get too close to their Pyro and Soldier. That's very important. A lot of scouts seems to just use their speed to run into the enemy team and do a lot of damage. Or take a lot of damage too. So there we go, Rare taking out up to a 3 kill streak using this roof here. And he's also just using the regular pistol as well. He's doing the quick switches as if he was using the winger, as you can see. So I'm not sure if that's like a script or something he has. That's definitely something you can do. However, if you're doing like the quick switches, the Atomizer will not synergize well with that. Because like I said, you have to prepare a lot. You can see this roof is very useful, especially when using the pistol. Probably the better of the choices here, because you can just kind of semi-snipe, hanging out with his friend there. Blue team is just really having a hard time getting out of spawn, and that is because they're attacking one at a time and they're not using their medics properly. And probably their pick classes aren't getting any picks. That could also be a reason for this. Cool. And then picking up a kill, and we can see that the Atomizer here works pretty well. He hasn't really been in a situation where he has to use it melee-wise, because he's just using the shotgun and the revolver, so he's pretty DM heavy. I like that. Yeah, finish him off. When your scattergun is out, you use the pistol like this for some extra damage. Pretty good standard play, and then he... That's a bad idea, you know, running up to heavy. So he's just gonna run back, run forward, in the top 3. Boom, easy.
Easy operation.
Though he's lagging a bit, but that's fine when you happen to play on a potato machine. So, good stuff. We actually saw him use this, so now let's move on to someone else, and this is going to be unreasonable behavior. And he actually has some unreasonable behavior with the Atomizer, because he's using the strangest loadout. So, of course, in case you don't know, I didn't test this, but in the last patch this was present. If you use the soda popper and you use the hype and you use all of the jumps in the soda popper, the Atomizer will not give you the last additional jump because you will spend it while in the soda popper. So here he's going just for full soda atomic bunk, and he has a nice skin as well. So he has bunk to avoid damage, and he has jumps to avoid this. And he also has the highest DPS shotgun in the game, which is this thing, because of the faster firing time. And here, this is the only example we got of using the Atomizer with the bonk and using the triple jump. However, he didn't have to. All right, but this is something you can do. If there's enemy sentries and you need to get past somewhere and need to jump high, bonk plus this thing is really good. However, since you're using, you know, the soda popper, you will get so many more additional jumps that you don't necessarily need this thing. And then, of course, qualifying. Oh, he's in the air. Will he get... Ah, the crit! And he gets the kill. DJ Enzyme is doing this. Anything we can do to make this demo smoother? Or is it just laggy? Anyway, he activates the hype, doesn't jump, stays on the ground. Someone comes and steals his kill. There we go, jumping forward. There we go. And then just jump. He's gonna hit this demo again. You see? Oh, no, switching to this. And yeah, and then someone else gets the kill. So, while not the best execution of this thing, he definitely showed that there's an interesting combination. However, hardly anyone did something with the soda popper, mainly because it negates the additional jump you get with the Atomizer, I think. And since I think that, and I didn't actually test this before I went in, let's test this. Let's test this live. Let's do it now and figure out if this is the case, because I'm interested to see it. So place your bets, everybody. We're gonna figure out exactly if this is the case or not as soon as the game loads. I hope you guys learning something from this as we go in, and I will equip the stuff. All right, so here we go. Soda popper equipped. So let's see here. Just gonna fill up the hype meter, and now let's see. I wasn't far up in the air. God damn it. All right. Fuck, I'm just gonna have to wait for this to close down, then I'm gonna need some more height. All right. This is the good thing about doing it live. So there you go. You. All right, we got the hype. All right. All right, you're gonna go so far up. Keep in mind you can use the winger with the, if you use the winger with the soda popper, you can jump extremely high. Ah, it didn't give me the thing. All right, let's try again. Hop, up, 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 up. Nope. You don't get the additional jump. Let's just confirm it one last time, just to be absolutely sure. Let's see, no clip. And we jump all the way up here, and let's see if we get the jumps. Nope. You do not get the jump. It's the same as in the previous patch, so using it with the soda popper is dumb. Right? Cool. So up next is going to be Adam WTS, and he's going to show us Badwater, which we've already seen, but he's going to show us some other jumps that you may or may not know. Cool. Good. All right, so here he is. We've seen this jump. He just shows that you can't do it normally, so. But if you use the little ledge on the edge there, the little rock, you can do it. Let's see. Here we go. So you can see if you don't jump properly, you won't be able to make it. So it's good to see someone where you actually make mistakes. You can jump up with this one here, as well on these containers. Didn't really see that before, but you can use this to get up on the edge there if you don't want to go through the stairs. And then there's this jump you can do, and you can of course jump over here normally, as you normally do, but then there's this window here you can get up to, normal jumps. Then you can't get up on that roof, but you can jump on top of this one, like this. You see up, still can't get up on that roof. You can make a little jump up there, and then you have, that was it. So that was some different jumps, so thank you for that. And I don't really feel like a Scout episode that focus on like a secondary or like a melee weapon is complete without Christian motherfucking owning some noobs with his force of nature and overall annoying behavior. So he's using the Mad Milk, and then he gets air blasted and does a little jump here. I'm not sure how this like works with this, but it seems to be working just fine. And then he's gonna go behind enemy lines. He's lit on fire and decides that he doesn't want to switch to shotgun because there we go. He's gonna reload that and go behind enemy lines, and he is now a very bad spy because he's behind enemy lines and he's gonna pick up some snipers. All right, good. So we can see that using So if you hit a couple of crits, it's better than the bat, but the best would probably just be to shoot him. But at least it was fun, and I got to use my my fart sounds. Ain't that something? Coming up next is someone I think is a new submitter, Danker Donk, playing here on Harvest, and he's gonna be making some sweet jumpy jams. There we go, jumping up here, and he has some nice skins too that matches quite well with the rest of his loadout. And then he needs a pyro and some medic. And oh, keep in mind this thing crits as well. So sometimes he will do 89 damage, and he kills Pepper Troopa and Danker Dork. Sorry, not Danker Donk, but Danker Dork. Doing great. There you go, just letting the spy take the health back and killing him, making sure that he doesn't get it himself. Runs on the point, captures. This medic is dead. Switching to this for some reason inside. I'm not sure why. Yeah, there we go, outside, and now we can do the jump and watch the pyro air blast away. And I'm just gonna hang out. That gets the kill and shoot the pyro, get him as well. Oop, switch to the pistol, switch to this. Jump and get heals from the medic, cool. And then defend the, oh shit. Well, that didn't go that great. So he also had another submission, which of course qualifies for hashtag send that shit to GPS, and there we go. So this is what we're gonna call the left side, or I mean the right side of, or the window of pain, rather. So he comes up here, he's like, gonna jump up here and get the shit. And then he dies. But that didn't count, you see? Cause he's back, all right. So now we're gonna go over here, and there's some guys down there, shoot him, random crit kills, yes, all right, so we're gonna go back to the window of death, and this time, for sure, nothing bad could happen, so let's go in here. Okay, so that didn't count either. So this is the third time. Yeah, third time's the charm. The perfect aim, killing the spy, and then the demo just ends. Perfect, just what I love to see. So the next one is actually probably the most comprehensive. So while I'm not a fan of the Gold Rush map, a lot of people still play Gold Rush. So if you use the Atomizer, these are a lot of spots that I had no idea existed. So this is gonna be Enai, I think. It's gonna show some jumps, and he also put ducks there. Cool. So then he goes over here and uses the jump up, so you can jump here and you can jump. You can hide up here if you will. The spot you can go to over here, you can do this jump. It's pretty nice, and you can also jump up here, giving you some much more needed ability or mobility. You can hide here as well if you're defending. And then we have a little spot here. And then we can jump back here. And then you can do this jump and this jump as well. And then of course, if you're in the spawn and you don't want to die, you can hide here, I guess. Useful. So this is on the second point, just jumping up here. This is a good spot to hide if you're a scout. You can just jump up here. Nice little hiding spot. Keep in mind, playing scout on this map on attack is awful because sentries are here and you will die a lot. But yeah, nice little spot there as well. And then there was the medic van for some reason. You could actually make this jump, quite important jump while on defense. And you can also make this jump here. Maybe you need the winger for that, because you do get additional height if you do that, but that he's also switching immediately as he jumped, like I mentioned earlier. And then there's this spot right here that I had no idea existed, but you can stay up here if you want. Nice little spot. And then you can jump. Let's see if you can do it this time. And wow. I had no idea that was a spot. All right, so no clipping through. So now we're on the last stage. This is some very cool spots that you indeed can try. So up here is pretty good. Usually a defensive spot as a scout. You can see who's coming and stuff. The side here is also pretty neat. Hiding here. Good stuff. Let's fast forward a little bit so you can jump up here of all places. Can't see shit though, but it's cool nonetheless. And then you can do a normal jump, but you can also do a triple jump here. I'm not sure if you can resist this with a normal jump, but definitely with the winger. So then going on to the last stage, this is a cute little spot. Perfect for ambushing noobs that never know how to look up. You can also jump back here. Gives you an additional flank route because that choke is brutal if you're playing scout. There you go. You can jump through the window here. Take out any pesky snipers. You can also get on this little ledge here, and you can also jump on top here if you want to bother some snipers as well. So that was pretty good. I like those. It's a big map and a lot of different places you can jump. So a lot of spots I didn't know. So now you know. Very useful. So coming up next, it's going to be Adam WTS. He's going to be showing us some jumps on Frontier. So you can make this normal jump, but normally you can't do this one. I'm not a fan of this map, but people like to play it a lot. So here you can jump. Can't jump up normally, but with this you can. And if you want to get on top of this roof here, not possible with the normal one, but with the triple jump, you can get up there as well. And gonna go on forward. So how would you get up there? Well, you can do normal jumps, but then up here you can also do triple jumps. You get up here. Probably possible with, I'm not sure if it will be possible with the winger, but you can try. I haven't tried myself. So then you can get over here, just by normal triple jumps, but you can't get back because there's a fence there, but with the Atomizer you are able to do so, giving you some much needed angles that you can use up there as well if you want to take a shortcut. And then you can jump up top here. Normal jumps, you can see it goes pretty far. The freaking card stop! And it's easier with this thing. I'm not sure what. Okay, it's okay. So okay. All right, perfect. You can make that jump, and then of course he decides that after that amount of failure, he just kind of ends it. So this is gonna be Lava, and he's gonna be on Barnblist, and he's gonna show us some jumpy jams as well, using the winger in coordination with this thing. So if you're inside the hut, this is a good spot you can hide in if you want to. Pretty useful spot. Remember to crouch as well. So then you can make that jump, and you can also jump on top here. Pretty nice spot. Don't think you need triple jumps to get up here, but you will take some fall damage. And then you can make this sort of jump. If you want to play like the floor is lava, you can make these jumps as well. You can make the long jump here. Normally double jumps is up, but if you don't want to go there, you can go here. So these places like this is very good with the Atomizer, where it's like long open stretches of area, and you can make like really long jumps. Like here, this one is good. You can, I think you can make it back there. I think you will shoot. Yeah, you can actually make it. Well, if you didn't fuck that up, you can actually make this jump. There we go, if you land on the edge there. And of course you can jump all the way around here. Pretty useful stuff. And you can also get up on this window if you fuck it up. Try again. There we go. So it's possible to go in there, and of course you can jump over here. If you're on attack, you probably won't be able to make these jumps because it's going to be like 3 or 4 sentries in this last point. But you should know that it's possible, especially on defense. You might have more use for these. And here you go, making that jump. Nice. And then you can also jump back here. And that was it. So thank you to Lava for that. So now we will look at the probably one of the loadouts that makes the least sense, which is like Soda Popper, Atomizer, and Winger. The Winger already synergizes so well with the Scouts, there's absolutely no point in using the Atomizer whatsoever. But Demonized Life, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, watch me, dude. And then we do, because you're still watching. So this is on Turbine, by the way. You can tell by the intense amount of mid-fight that's going on right now. Let me see if I can smooth this out a little bit, and then what was it like? Still, was that like 0-2 or something? Showing the next demo, or maybe it's just a demo that's laggy. So he goes and kills the guy's name I can't read, and now he has this. And look at this, you can just jump, and then he switches, and there's nothing. There's a lot of dudes there, but luckily we have the tools to escape everything. And then we had more jumps left, so we actually didn't need to use the Atomizer at all, because earlier, as we figured out, yeah. Some people in the chat, especially Amadis, says that there's no reason to use the Winger. The Winger is like, I would say, the non-planning version of the Atomizer, if you want to run like Bat or Boston Bash or any other kind of melee unlock. And not have to plan as much, you can get the higher jump height just by using it. And it synergizes especially well with the Soda Popper, because every jump you get is higher, and then he just dies. So not the best stuff there. So here we have Adam WTS gonna show us some neat little jumpy jams on Swiftwater for those of you who like to play on that map. This can be very useful indeed. So here he is, and we're just gonna show you a couple of jumps you can make. So this is possible with just normal double jumps. However, you can jump. You don't need the log to get up there, and it's a bit easier if you use this. Allows for more error, and you can also dodge a bit more. So coming up here, this is a nice little jump. If he did anything with it, you can see you can't jump up there, but he decides to jump up this anyway. And then you can use that computer, or you can just use this. Provides a shortcut where you don't have to rely on any props to do things. And then of course here, it's not possible to jump up with the Atomizer. It's too far. Maybe with the Winger on the first jump, you will be able to do that. Like this, pretty good. With this, also possible with the Winger. It's also faster, and the Winger can shoot. So there you go. Jumping around. You can do all kinds of fun stuff here. This is mostly useful for defending, I would say. Not so much attacking, because when you're attacking, you just kind of stay on the payload and attack. I've also seen like a lot of gameplay on Swiftwater in the demos I received, and hardly anyone used like these paths. And you can see like there's a lot of terrain, so it is possible to get up here, but you kind of just have to find like a higher elevation point in order to get up there properly. So he's looking there and he goes like hit, hit, and then you can make it. And that was what we saw earlier in a demo with steel, where you can jump up. And here you can actually use those, what you call like these yellow things to stand on top of to get up without using the Atomizer. But if you ain't got time for that, you just use the Atomizer and jump here. Same, you can just jump up here normally, any class can do it, or you can just use this, jump straight up. Here, it's also kind of useful at the lower end here. You can just jump up like this, and if you don't want to do that, you can use the Atomizer and jump up at a bit of a different angle. There's probably more jumps to Swiftwater, but that's the ones we saw. So that was all the user-submitted ones for now. Thank you for that. So now we'll look at me, and I did not especially grasp this weapons capabilities while I was collecting the demos. It kind of appeared to me while I was watching you guys do this. So I decided to use Mad Milk for this one, just because I wanted to give my team some health. So there we go, throwing this at the medic, and like throwing this on a heavy that is being healed is a bad idea, but here's the problem with this. So I hit him, and I do 40 damage, and I'm still in the air, and I miss. And here, I miss again, and I miss. And while good on paper, you will lose a lot of momentum while you are running. Like if you jump forward and your momentum stops and they run backwards, you will actually stop in the air like this, and then you will just fucking die. So that's why I say, like, don't specifically go for jumps to get like the melee kills, because keep in mind, if you play on casual, this thing crits like randomly. So you might get a random crit because random crits are high on melee weapons. But if you're playing a no crit server, getting 1 or 2 mini crits is all it takes, because the damage, like we showed in the beginning, is just so minimal. It's like 1 or 2 hits maximum, and this thing hits pretty fast. So this is me playing on High Pass. This is going to be the last demo for a while. I'm here with Robsan. I will play games with occasionally. If you do want to play casual with me and I have random joins open, just feel free to add me on Steam and be like, I want to play casual with you sometimes. And then I say sure, and then you can just join whenever I have it open. But this is the best feature! Oh! Get fucking shut on! Oh, that was the best feeling in the world. It can taunt kill. It's just like the Sandman, just without the lesser health. And it is great. And fuck this pyro. And I'm dead. And that's the end. So thank you guys for watching the Atomizer. So the Atomizer is, I thought it was kind of bad. But then when I thought about it, it just isn't bad. It just requires you to do a lot of planning, and you use it not in battle as much unless you hit people with it. So the mini crit on airborne targets is very interesting. So we'll see exactly how it fares. So this is going to be the last HiGPS for a couple of weeks, because I will be going on vacation to Japan and Korea. And then I'll be back, of course. So there's going to be quite a while until we get another HiGPS show, probably over 2 weeks, if not 3. But there will still be videos coming up, so don't you worry about that. And also, we can just say for the next topic, it's going to be another, it's going to be a soldier episode, actually. And we're going to look at the Cowmangler 5000. So you have like close to a month sending me this stuff, so be sure that you only send me like the good shit with the Cowmangler, because it did get changed a little bit, but it's always fun to shoot lasers, and now you can actually combine the Cowmangler with whatever other weapon you want. You're not like locked to the Bison, which have been in previous episodes. So other than that, if you have not been following my announcements on Steam and Discord and Twitter, I actually have a community server that I run sometimes that actually runs a modded version of the different weapons that it's listed in the spreadsheet. So pretty much all of the weapons in TF2 that I redeemed either OP or garbage has gotten a rework, and we tried to make it better. Not all of them, because I can only, I'm a bit limited in what I can edit for now, because some stuff is hard-coded and I can't edit code. I can only edit attributes. So like I can't make Huntsman arrows go faster. or like the projectiles for like Pomson or Bison, but I can make them shoot faster and stuff like that. So there's going to be like all the documentation and changes are available as well as the links. I'll see if I can get dedicated hosting before I go to Korea, but no promises on that. I'm not sure if there's going to be patches or whatnot, so be sure to check that out. And after today's stream, we will be doing some playtesting if you guys want to join. However, I won't be able to stream because I'm hosting this myself and I don't want people to have like a million ping while you play. So that's cool. Be sure to check that out and help us playtest some stuff. We change stuff and I try to keep it documented as possible. Cool. Other than that, for stream viewers, there's going to be a raffle available pretty soon where you can win a strange Atomizer and probably some hats for those of you who don't get the Atomizer. And then, of course, Cowmangler 5000 next episode, and then join the Steam group and Discord for announcements and more info about the custom server stuff. I really appreciate your feedbacks, yes.